I think we're live. Maybe, maybe not. I'm going to put this to public. Which, hello, hello. Hey, Ivan. We are live. Hello, hello. Let me go to this page right here. Is that what I want? I don't know. Ooh, no, that's not what I want. I don't think I'm where I want to be. I don't know that you're watching what you're supposed to watch. Did it refresh? Yes, I think we are. Hello, everyone. We are using this kind of as a test. Another one of those tests. We'll just see what happens. And for now, you're not really gonna interact with me. You will in just a minute. I just want to try this backing track and see if the switching and all that and the sound works. So I'll just play over this. Okay. The test is enough. My foot kind of messed up things. I'm using this foot switch for the backing track. For those of you wondering, now you know the secret. Everyone, thank you for joining me. How's the sound? How's my voice? How's the guitar? How's everything else? Testing. Is the mic on? Yes. I see people here. Thank you, everyone, for participating in this test. Ray, yes, the hair will be back at some point. If my wife approves. She didn't approve before, she does now. Okay, great. Everyone, thank you for hanging out with me on this Monday. Full disclosure, the reason I'm here is because I'm starting a new segment to the show where I'm going to take some questions. And second reason, my hard drive is full. So I'm transferring stuff to the other hard drive as I'm waiting. So in the meantime, we can do some little Q&A, some playing too maybe. And it's an opportunity for me to get a sense of what I should do next, what kind of videos you would like to see. If you do want to see more videos, maybe I should stop, which is a fair argument to have, for sure. Well, 28 people are watching this. This is great. Hopefully there will be no hiccups. So I'll take the first question that comes. If there's a question, I will take it. And if not, I'll play. I am curious about this. What happens if I play this and I talk at the same time? So this right here is when I'm playing, and can you hear my voice? I know it's not as it shouldn't be as pretty as the edited videos because this is live, but could you hear my voice as I was talking with this? Like if I play this, do you hear my voice as I'm explaining or pretending to explain what this is? It's hard to talk in, great, okay. Ahan, thank you. Thanks for the feedback. Awesome. Alan is asking, how do I make my fingers work better to get feeling into it? Do you mean feeling as in heartfelt feeling, musical feeling, or is there a physical problem in your fingers that you don't feel things. Let me know and I'll try to answer on this. I'm not a specialist, but I have a few thoughts. What's up, Doc? Suggestions on breaking into covers more. I think you just have to do it if you want to do it. I'm not the best person because I take joy in not doing covers. So I don't do covers. But I love listening to covers, just don't like playing them. Okay, Alan. So it's not a physical problem. So we were talking about feeling, and I was just talking to, or I was just answering an email from someone who had the same kind of question. So the disconnect usually, and if I'm not on the right track at all, just let me know. But usually the disconnect, at least for me, what I found is that when I feel that I'm lacking feeling, it is a feeling, after all. Feeling that you're lacking feeling is feeling, so that's good news. But usually it's because I engaged my student brain too much in music, learning the scales, the patterns, and things like that, which is good. But the part of the brain that is the same exact part of a brain that a 4-year-old would engage when he's in the car singing a song that he made up, la la da 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 na na. That part of the brain needs to be engaged, and as adults, it's hard to do. And this in your hand means that you're automatically engaging your student of the guitar brain. So that's why I always say putting the guitar down is the best remedy. And then oftentimes it's sometimes a little bit awkward to music therapy. Hello, hi everyone. It's a little bit hard sometimes to start from scratch. So having a backing track. Got the beat, no guitar, so I feel kind of naked. I just kind of free form until I find something. I like that. I don't know what it is, but now I replicate it on the instrument. Okay, that's kind of weird to play, but it sounds good to me because it came from a different place. Now that I have that, I can start playing this on the guitar over the backing track. And then as I play this, I can start re-engaging my student of the guitar brain, my mathematical brain, analytical brain, and I can find that this is in that position of the fretboard. I can start drawing, mapping out other notes. From the positions. And all this is done because the idea was born from a place of non-guitar. And so that's what I'd suggest. I might be completely off the question that you asked, so I'm sorry, but I hope there was a little bit of insight on this. Okay, I will go back a little bit higher up. That's the hard thing with a live thing. That's why I want to prep some questions beforehand. I'll let everybody know before. This is kind of a test, but we'll see. Music Therapy is asking me if I like the Atom monitors. I love them. Versus the Callies. I don't know the Callies. I don't know. But full disclosure, monitors are a kind of pair of socks, I think, in my opinion. If you use them long enough, you're going to start liking them. And I'm not an expert. I bought them because everybody told me to buy them. So I did. When I first plugged them in, I thought they sounded good. I still do. I'm just used to them. I think if you're they're not going to change everything. You have to learn your monitors. Listen to a lot of music on them. So I like them. But JBLs are great too. Heard good things about them. I think it's just a matter of getting used to them. Do I still use my Joyo Zombie Alvaro? No, I don't. I like it, but I just haven't had the need to. The last time I used it was for that review that I did a few years ago. Because I guess having a guitar business, guitar education business, I have to be as efficient as I can. And right now, I either use the XFX3 or the Rev generator sometimes. If I had more time to play just for fun, I probably would plug it back in because it's great. It's still a good amp. I just haven't used it much. And Tim, thank you very much for your nice words. I really appreciate it. That means a lot. Thank you very much, really. Dan is asking this. You ever used the major blues scale? Been playing with the bluegrass player, and if you've never heard of it, yes, it's great. The major blues scale, for those of you who don't know, it's some people say that it's very similar to the minor blues scale because of those positions, but really, instead of looking at positions, you need to look at the formula, the blueprint. That's what we'll tell you. Really quick, I'll try to make this a little bit educational. The major blues scale, the formula is a root, a 1, major second, major third, perfect fifth, major sixth, and that's it. And then the blue note that you have is the minor third. So it sounds kind of like that, and it's kind of the equivalent. You know what? I'll do that after. No, I'll do that as I tell you. I usually do this before filming my videos, or I try to. See all those reflections? Typically I do that before. I should do that before live also. Anyways, yeah, the major blues scale is great. The worst guitar lesson on the major blues scale. You just had it. Jamie is asking if I ever improvise over covers. Sometimes, but mostly it's backing tracks, and I don't create them anymore that much. I have a guy called Javier who has been working for me for the last, for a few years now, because he writes them way better than I do. So he's been actually taking all the backing tracks on the website and redoing them, and they're great. Hughes and Kettner thoughts, yes. John is asking, I love their newer amps. So the Grandmeister Deluxe, which I reviewed, I really like. It's not here, it's home actually. And the Spirit, the Black Spirit, I'm supposed to get one. I still don't have one, but I tried it a few years ago. I was really impressed. I really liked it a lot. Sad Man is asking if I like Neo Soul. I'm not sure what Neo Soul is, I think. If you can link to some music, I would love it. And I'll let you know if I like it or not, but I think I do. But yeah, the Two Master is awesome. It's great. I'm going to do a little bit more playing. But first, Benjamin is asking, travel to memorize music theory. What's the solution? I think that, oh man, that's such a good question. Thank you for asking that. I think music theory is, it depends on your approach. I think the fact that you have trouble memorizing music theory is probably, or maybe, that you're not approaching it the right way. You don't have to know music theory to play music at all. There are countless examples out there. Most of the music you're hearing on anywhere, I was going to say the radio, but we don't listen to music on radio anymore. Most of those guys don't know music theory, and they sound great. You don't need music theory. You don't. However, music theory will be great to explain things or help you get out of a rut or get out of a problem that you have. So I think maybe it's okay that you can memorize it. Maybe it just means that you're not approaching it for the right reason. Maybe if you come to music theory because you have a very specific problem that you need to solve, and you look for the answer, and music theory will give you that answer, a piece of the big thing that is music theory will give you that answer, then you will remember that because you approached it with a problem. The problem might be, I'm writing a song and I'm stuck here. I want to find something else, another part, a B section or a chorus. Well, you study harmony, and then that thing that will help you get unstuck will click because it served its purpose. But that's kind of my take on it. So I will look into neo soul, and unfortunately, I can't really jam on it. You know what? I think maybe I can. Let me try. I don't know if it's gonna come through. Okay, but let's give it a try. I think I like it. Oh, you know what? I can't do that. I can't do that because I'm going to be flagged for copyright stuff, so I can't do it. I'm sorry, but I will listen to it and I'll let you know. Learning guitar is asking, how do you play outside? I'm not a specialist at all, but what seems to kind of have worked for me is this. Is approaching it. Let me load a backing track. Well, that backing track's fine. This one is fine. What's worked for me to play outside is to rely on something, because playing outside is playing the wrong notes. So I can do that all day long. Oh my gosh, horrible, right? So that tells me I've got to mix outside with good notes. But the problem is that it's not completely there yet, because if I play inside, I know it still doesn't work. Why? Because when I play outside the wrong notes, my brain automatically tells me that's wrong, and therefore I'm not super confident. Okay, so I'm going to add some confidence. How do you add confidence in music? Well, there's a lot of ways. You could play a note with confidence, which is good. But really, the confidence part of musicality, for me, is the rhythm. If I'm confident rhythmically, then the rest is going to follow the flow. So that means subdivision. Step phrasing with that. Which means anytime you vocalize a note, it's going to fall on one of those 16th notes. Now I'm kind of one with the backing track. That's the confidence part. Now if I try that with the outside notes, it starts to sound a little bit better. Not there yet, because it's still weird. So I need to blend the good notes with the bad notes, and the best way that I've found to do that is to listen to drummers, because drummers have that automatically inside. And the simplest, most basic way to describe this is to drummers in, that's all inside. When does a drummer go outside, we'll call it? In fills. I'm going to apply that to the guitar. So the two ties are going to be inside. The fills are going to be outside. Kind of see what I did? The outside notes are the fills. That you're imagining. So that's how I would start playing outside. It all has to do with rhythm, I think. Really, it really does. And a little bit of scarcity. All right, let's get back to this. I'm sure I'm missing some very, very important questions. I know it. So, and then Alan has a very good point. Stress kills my creativity. If I'm stressed, I can't write or compose. Yes, me too. Exactly the same. I think it's very, very common. Here's a story on stress and lack of creativity. A real story. This goes back about 10 years ago, at the beginning of my channel. I was starting to do videos, and I had a friend who was really successful at that. And he still is, and his name is Rob Chappers. And so he had probably 10,000 subs and creativity in videos, but the same applies to music. And I emailed him and I said, Rob, I need help. I am not feeling inspired with this, and what do I do? And how do I get out of this rut? And you know what he told me? He told me you need to bake a cake. And he was right. What the point was, you need to do something completely different. And so I try to apply that when I get stressed or whatever. I go on a walk or I do something completely different. Exercise is a new one for me. I used to be really like, let me eat the most unhealthy stuff that I can because it's fun and it tastes good. But I was very uninspired, and so 6 months ago I started eating healthy and exercising because it was different, and I've started to feel inspired, and now I feel better too. But yeah, but I get it. I really hope that you can find a way to de-stress, and also not worrying too much about being uncreative and uncreative musically, because it's okay. It's okay if you don't write a song for 2 years. You're still you. Your value is not in your music or anything like that. So I get it. Okay, let's continue. This is great. I really like it. Metalhead, thank you very much. Really, really, guys, you're awesome. And Mathieu, are you French? You have a French name, but thank you. Be blessed too. Thank you so much. Let's play. Let's play some more. Maybe a lesson will come out of it. I'm going to grab another backing track, maybe something a little different. Let's try, I don't know. We'll see. I'll just browse through my hard drive and throw something in. Let's see, where are the backing tracks? Sorry. Okay. I don't know what this is. We'll see. And you don't need to know the key, by the way, for when you're jamming. This is, it kind of has to do with anxiety. Now, I'm a little bit anxious right now because I'm live, but that's good to throw yourself on the spot. And it forces me to think about what I'm going to say. And we're amongst friends. I'm looking at the camera. I don't know what you look like, but I'm picturing you as a friend. And we're just chatting. And that really helps. So the mental state. And then, okay, I'm going to play over this thing. I don't know the key. I'm going to approach it like having a conversation with one-on-one. Nobody else is watching. An intimate conversation with a friend. So I'm going to let the friend say hello first. The backing track is the friend. Okay. I don't have to. It's like a blind date. He speaks a lot, so it's okay. I'm going to say hello. Okay, you know what I did there? That is very strategic. I said hello, but the first note that I played was an E. Why? Because when I listened to this, I heard some guitars in there. 99% of the time when a guitar is heard in the backing track, and when it's that style, it's probably written by a guitar player, not a keyboard player, or a bass player. And we like E's. You know how it works. Get to a jam band and, hey, let's play something. What do we play? Oh. Blues in E or an A? You're going to get an E in that track most of the time. And that's what I did. I started with that E to say hello, to join the conversation. And then I played another note because as I was playing that E, I repeated that E several times, which mentally, it goes really quick. But if I break it down, I'm thinking, okay, from that E, I could go up or down. I can go up 1 fret or 2. I can go down 1 fret or 2. And so I'm imagining 2 frets below. Da, ba, bum. It sounds like that. And I hear it over the backing track. And I ask myself, does that work? Bum, Yeah. One fret below. Ba, ba. That kind of works too. So I have two choices. Your ear kind of directs what's going on. Back to the conversation that I'm having with this track. Still don't know the key, but my ear is guiding me. Sometimes it doesn't guide me right. At all. So I start to be a little more confident because my fingers are starting to take over. Still don't know the key. Now, if I look at my guitar, I recognize some of these patterns. I think the key is something in A, yeah. Okay, now I play that, A makes a Lydian. Why? Because I recognize those patterns. Now that I have the knowledge, I have an A makes a Lydian, did that fishing around a little bit, I could still be engaged. We talked about that at the beginning where the 4-year-old who's making up a song, that part of the brain is engaged. And then I have now the students of the guitar knowledge that, okay, I recognize A makes a Lydian, so I can go back and forth between. Where my mind is engaged, I'm making up the song. That's demanding mentally. So I'm gonna give my mental a break of. And how do I do that? My fingers are gonna take over. I know the scales, that's the student's mind that is engaged. Well, if the track wasn't over, my fingers would just kind of take over. Bad example. That is horrible, but you kind of get the idea, I hope. That was fun. Let's go back to the chat. But those are just little tricks like that. Starting with an E usually works. Letting the backing track introduce itself first before you get into it. And Mathieu, bonjour. Tu viens d'où, de la France? Bienvenue au Colorado. Welcome to Colorado. To Mathieu, who is in France. Just trying to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Alan, awesome. So glad you're getting it. That's great. Okay, well, you know, I'm going to give you a little tour because nobody asked. No, just as we wait for other people to come in, because I thought it would maybe be interesting. So, what you're seeing usually, I did a video on this, but I like my setup, so I like to show it. I'm switching cameras with my iPad, by the way, because I'm getting these questions all the time. My iPad is switching. I have a view of the 4 cameras that I have around. So this is the main view, right, that you're seeing, me at my desk. And then I have a camera right here, that is right here, and that's for, I'm gonna switch the close-up. So I do the close-up in real time. I do the switching in real time when I do my videos. It saves me tons of time. And then those are the 3 important views. The main view, the close-up view, And then I have this view right here for something different. Today, for the live thing, I also have this view. So I call the desk view. But each of these views have a purpose. Usually I will start with the main. This is the anatomy of a Wallimann video. I'll start with this. No, actually, you know what I started with? I started with this. You've seen the videos before. I will throw my guitar up, and then I start the video right here when it goes down. So I do something like this. And my foot is controlling this to start the backing track. So as my guitar is up in the air, I press my foot, I put a guitar down, I say hello, like a wink or something, and then I start. So this is how the videos usually start. Oops. So, you know, I need to make sure that the backing track starts where it should start. So usually I bring the backing track so that it's right there after the click. Where's my pick? Here it is. Okay, the video will start somewhere here. I jam a little bit, that'll fade out. Then I usually do another take. This is full disclosure, sometimes I know what I'm going to talk about, but sometimes I don't, and sometimes I make it on the spot. So I will do something like this. So I think about it. Sometimes for a long time. And then in today's video, we're going to talk about how you can create something, blah, 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 and then right after this. And then I usually turn here, I do my speech. Hey, this is David from, I don't know from what, still debating. If you've seen the recent videos, still struggling with that. Link is below, blah, 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 blah. And then I just kind of improvise the lesson most of the time. Okay, truth is out. Or sometimes I just have, oh, I think, you know what? I think I did something bad here. I know what's going on. Yeah. How's that? How is that? How long were you out? Oops. How long were you out? How long was I out? You really didn't miss much at all. You didn't miss much at all. I'm glad it wasn't recorded. Actually, that was a secret. That I revealed the secret, but can't talk about it anymore. Okay. Is it too loud now? I tried to adjust it manually. I hope it's not too loud. Okay. So yeah, I think I accidentally touched something. But now if I switch right there, it should still be okay, right? I think. Yeah, it's, yeah, we're good. Okay. Well, everyone, I'm sorry about that. Did I miss anything? Any questions? Go back. Alan is asking where you can find decent backing tracks. Well, you can go to guitarplayback.com. Always a good idea. There are, you know, backing tracks. YouTube. There's so many on there. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything else. See some nice comments. Like, it really means the world to me. It really does. So thank you. Okay, doesn't look like I missed too much. Let's talk a little bit more about this thing of joining the conversation over a backing track, because you can develop that confidence, musicality without a backing track. Without it, where you're just you and the backing track is yourself, but I'm not talking about playing over yourself. I'm talking about creating something that never existed and that will exist as soon as you play it. It's an awareness thing. And it starts usually for me with a chord. And I'll have some to-go shapes like this one. That is one that I like, where you have, in this case, I'm using my index on the 3rd string, 4th fret, and then doing a bar on the 5th fret of strings 2 and 1. It's movable. I like that because you can throw a bass on there, like an E, for example, or an A, or a B, or a B flat. Anything's gonna work, in my opinion. But anyways, you break the silence with something like this. And I just picture something. I look for an emotion for something. And if I want to feel this again, I will play it again. And then imagine what will come next. 2 frets higher. Always works. If you have an idea that works somewhere, and you're alone, not over a backing track, replicate that. 2 frets higher. Now you have 2 pieces of the puzzle to work with. You have this, which is made of 3 notes, and this one, 3 notes again. So you can kind of mix and match now. And these are attracted to that E that you can throw in there every once in a while. And then I imagine, da da. I know that this right here is an A. Okay, A, open string. So I can play this A with one of these shapes again. Sounds fancy, but I have no idea what I'm playing. I don't know. And I'll start where I started. I'll stop where I started. It's like a sandwich. End where you started, that kind of thing. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just like music. All right, well, any other questions? Or people are just talking, it's great, love it. Vocalak is asking how am I visualizing or knowing what sounds good over those chords, any chord for that matter. It's very simple. I don't necessarily think, okay, that'll be Phrygian dominant, or this is going to be Lydian. I really believe that most of us, not everyone, but most people, know already with it. They just don't have the names. And this is sometimes a barrier, and the names and all that is a barrier. So it all goes back to, again, not thinking about it, but maybe playing a chord, playing just a chord, Na-da-da-da-da-bum. I like that. Just like a singer. I don't know what it is. Na-da-da-da-da-dum. And then finding it. Da, ba, da, 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 dum. Na-da-da-da-da-dum. If you can sing over something, your job, and I believe that your main job as a guitar player, your quest, are we here? Your quest, I think, it's a lifetime journey, but your quest is to bypass the musical information. Because when I was doing this, I hear it, it goes inside somewhere, somewhere in the brain, and then goes like that. It's like a circle. In the ear, there's a loop in here, and then right there. Your job, your quest is to have this come in, brain, and then instead of through your fingers. So the path to travel is longer. It's longer to go here from there. So you've got to learn how to maximize and speed up that path. But it really starts with not trying to take any shortcuts and getting comfortable with the whole interior, inside process. Da-da-ba-da-da-da. Na-da-da. Na-na-na. Da-da-ba. Na. Na. Na-na-na. That is really I think if you just focus on that, your guitar playing is going to have a huge impact on the world, I think. Because it's no longer guitar playing. It's bringing back the guitar to where it should be, which is the instrument, the pencil, the tool. You're the musician, and nobody can ever compete with who you are. We're musical beings too. I think we're musical beings too. And if you can learn how to bring that out, then this is just kind of a pencil to learn how to master, but nothing comes out of this. It can influence the way you play a little bit, but really I think it should come from inside. So that's the quest that we're all on. That's kind of the idea. The vessel of music. Yeah, oh man, that's good. That's really good. I was thinking about a name for the business. That's really good. Musicalvessel.com. I don't know. Thank you. Great. And I think, okay, one more thing about this, because I cannot stress it enough. I've mentioned this singing and playing on the instruments so many times on the channel, and I've heard it before and I never did it because I was like, oh, yeah, I can still sing in my head and replicate that. But there's something very special when you break it down and literally please put your guitar down. I'm cheating here. It shouldn't even be in contact. It shouldn't be in view. It shouldn't. Close your eyes because you're going to start thinking about the guitar and thinking about patterns. Don't. Just listen to the silence. Na da 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 na 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 na. Okay, I like that. That was weird for a second, right? Ba ba da 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 da. No, I lost it. But on walks, when we don't have the guitar in the evening, take a walk and compose in your head, or just before you go to sleep. Da 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 da. Imagine the rest. Da 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 da. Ya da da ba. Ya na na na. And then you'll get more comfortable. Imagine being able to do that on the instrument. Which I'm not doing right now, but imagine that you would. It's really awesome, but really put your guitar down. It really helps. Tons. But all the lessons on the channel, anything musically that you approach, that you're learning musically, anything you work on, as if you can remember that the ultimate goal is for you to replicate what is inside through your fingers and speed up the process. The musical thought travels through. If you can speed that up, that's what makes, I think, for an incredible musician, not player, not performer, but musician. That's what I think, that's what I aspire to do, but it's hard, but you can do it. And that's why licks are great, but they don't teach you how to play unless it's the licks that are inside of your heart. Okay. Everyone, for those of you who watched the very beginning of the video, I told you two things. I told you that this was a test, and I also told you that I had to kill time. Did I tell you that? Maybe not. I'm telling you now, because I'm transferring a bunch of files from one hard drive to the next to free my space so that I can record this one thing before I can go back home. Because I don't work from home. I rent this place. The transfer is almost done, so I can finish my job and go back home. Go back to screams and diaper changes and complaining because the food is not what they wanted. Can't wait. No, maybe not. Maybe I'll go back home to a hide and seek game, and that's great. We'll see. Everyone, thank you very much. And I think I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I had the gear to set the sound. It seems to be working. I'm going to rewatch this, maybe tweak a few things. Hopefully there were no glitches, but I think this is going to be more of a regular thing and definitely a planned thing. So I'm going to set up a way for people to write in their questions in advance, and I will take those questions. We'll still have some live interactions because you guys are great. I love hanging out with you guys through this virtual world, but it seems that we're in the same room, so that's awesome. And everyone, thank you for hanging out with me. I'll see you very soon. I promise we'll make this a regular thing. I might have some guests here. We'll do special things. I have at least one. Very excited about that one. I'll tell you about it soon. Everyone, thank you. Practice well. I'll see you next time. Okay, I need to find an exit. In my videos, it's easy. Just cut it. This is not easy. A little bit awkward. A little bit uncomfortable. A little bit sad. But it's going to have to happen. Everyone, thank you. Love you guys. I will see you soon. Practice well, everyone. Where's the button? It's right here. Bye.